no lie. Resonating, vibes in, feeling good. Everything rock vibrating. I am at peace. I am at peace.
He's John Ryan.
And he's Jonathan Prince.
And together we are
Brutally Johnest.
Big up. How you doing, mate? You all right?
Hey, you got your little thing going again?
I've got it back. Found it in the kitchen.
It's all good. What's happening?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. Good. Not bad at all. I want to get straight into my track of the week, mate.
Get into it.
It's been a hot minute since we've done this. That's basically been my laziness. I'll admit that. Do you know what I mean?
Good confession.
But yeah, it's been a hot minute. So there's a few things to talk about, and I just want to say rest in peace and my condolences to the family of Toots Hibbert, who is a dude who is from the Caribbean, and he is famous for being in Toots in the Maytals. The track of the week is this.
I should be riding on a horse.
Giving it Game of Thrones.
Queen does that.
Yeah, so he doesn't just hum, but I didn't want to play all of it. People should check out the link below, and I think you'll enjoy it, man. It's one of them smiley tunes. It makes you smile even when you're down.
And are you down at the moment?
I'm not. I'm good.
Why are you playing it? Why are you playing that then?
Well, it'll make you smile anyway.
He could have had a happy tune.
That is a happy tune.
That's not me breaking wind, by the way. That's a moped going past my window.
Oh right, cool. I didn't hear it, but
very annoying.
If you start going,
then... Why would you spill your fingers if you break wind? What's wrong with you, man?
I don't know. Your hands were off camera, man.
You are already plunging our intellectual discussion down into the ghetto.
Going back to that track now, the track's called Pressure Drop by Toots Hibbert, and that is actually something that John and I had a moment of bonding, didn't we? On St. Patrick's Day.
Yep, St. Patrick's Day a few years back when you came along thinking it's going to be all comedians, but no, just family.
And we met a guy named
Anto Morrow.
Anto Morrow, very, very lovely chap.
Cracking day out. Cracking day out, mate.
And I basically sang Pressure Drop in the street.
You pressure dropped into every song you could get.
You shoehorned it in.
And by the time the drink had proper flowed and we was all mashed up, he's kind of singing these songs. Oh, the English were so bad to us. Is it you?
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. Every single song.
We had like about 5 policemen dancing to us, didn't it?
So we did. Stop traffic.
Whole crowd. Yeah, it was wicked.
My cousin Toria banging them out.
Exactly. Big up Victoria out there banging out the tunes.
Was
she not dressed like a...
She was just as a beer bottle.
Yeah, a bottle of Guinness, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Other beers are available. Like we've got sponsorship. You know what I mean, Chair?
We'd be so frivolous.
So how are you?
This spring water tastes delicious. Sainsbury's. My tune for the week, slightly different. Because it's been raining, man. It's raining and it's drizzly, it's cold, and now winter's kicking in, and you just want to snuggle up on the couch with a glass of red wine, and you just want some loving, you know? Oh, just because of you. Oh, I'm a happy guy. Oh, mate. I love all them bands, all them 60s bands, all them, normally 4 or 5 kind of scary looking dudes. And there's always one who goes, and then
I think that would be falsetto, and what's the other one? Tenor, right?
I don't know the technical terms, but people like the Dramatics and the Ebonies, I love all them groups. Love it.
I love this weather.
You can't listen to the Smiths. Kind of. So you can imagine, when I went to university, I've been brought up on this kind of music, a bit of reggae, a bit of country, some Irish music. And then I went to Manchester, and in the discos, they was playing like the Smiths and Oasis and that. And I was like, what is this? This is like, we could have a fight. I haven't ever heard them tunes at football grounds. Very bizarre.
Yeah, no, for real. I was just about to make a joke about how you couldn't have been at uni when Oasis were out. But no, maybe you could.
Yeah, I could have. Indeed. You're like, woman. What you like?
No, you made me laugh there when you introduced that, the way you spoke over it, like one of them old school radio shows. Like, like you're talking.
But they do, don't they? I love that whole kind. My idea of happiness: rain lashing against the window, the heating's on, and you're on the couch, and you just watch Soul Train from the 70s, Yeah, it's just brilliant. Love it. Love it.
I want to put some
And
out
that's
there.
not cultural appropriation before you start. That's cultural appreciation.
Sit there. Sit
There
there.
you go.
Yeah.
There you
Talking about things, just things in general, right? Have you seen that Just Eat advert, the Snoop
go.
Dogg one?
Oh,
So you're not
Snoop,
feeling it.
what
You're not
you
feeling
done, mate? What you done?
it, right? You know what I think he's done?
Go on.
Over the years of my life, yeah, for people to show some appreciation for my culture, often certain things will happen which make me laugh and make me smile. So, for example, do you remember the tune Rapper's Delight? And the tune
Very
goes, I
much.
said a hip,
Yeah.
hop, the hippy dippy hip, hip, hopper, you don't stop, a rocket to the bang, bang, boogie, right? People doing that, I'll just say it how it is, man. White people doing that, like, to show me their appreciation for my culture
Yeah.
and that, which I think is great. But it's like it could be cringy, innit? Because it could be your teacher, it could be like, do you know what I mean? Your boss. In just different situations, it could be cringy because they're really like the glint in their eye and how happy they
Yeah.
are
Look
to
what
have
I've
learned
learned.
to have learned the lyrics. Yeah, you can't even be angry at that. Like it's just. It makes you smile, but it's cringy. For me, it's cringy, right?
Yeah.
And then after that, the next song, yeah, was the Fresh Prince of Bel Air. You know
Okay.
the
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, yeah, in West Philadelphia, born and raised, that one. And that became the tune. Do you understand what I'm saying? Exactly the same cringe moment for me, right? But the songs changed, so it's like for a couple of years, it's all right, it's cool. And what I reckon Snoop has done, right? He has now created the next one. He's created the next one, mate. That's
Shocking.
coming as soon as lockdown's done. I bet you now, right? If you're black, you'll go out there and people who want to show you your appreciation. There'll be someone coming with them lyrics. But there is a lyric in it where he goes, my guy, hang glide by with my fried rice, right? I kind of like that lyric.
It's shocking because Snoop has now become the new Howard from the Halifax, hasn't he? He's going to come on a telly and every black person in the country is going to look at it like this. Shocking.
I don't think it is that though. I don't think it is
Shocking.
that. Because Snoop's being Snoop, isn't it? In the video, he's actually being him. Okay, Howard has been Howard. But like Snoop's obviously playing like, oh yeah, I go on pimped out planes and so on and so forth. Do you know
How
what I
can
mean?
you do that? How can you be all gangster and then do Just Eat? Why is that?
But how gangster is it? He's been married for. I mean, I'm not saying that in a rude way. It's not like you can't be married and be a gangster. But what I'm saying is, the image portrayed would often be like loads of
Yes.
gallem around and stuff,
Yes.
right? But he's been happily married for 20 plus.
Then he
or
should
maybe
promote
30
that and be
years.
positive. Be
Well,
positive.
it's out there. It's out there.
Mr. Doggy Dog.
So yeah, I reckon basically I'm feeling that track as I'm watching it the same way as I was feeling Rapper's Delight when I first heard it, and the same way that I'm feeling like when the Fresh Prince of Bel Air come on. There weren't many black people on television, you know. So
And
that
there was a
like-
reason for that. If they was going to come out with that kind of nonsense, and you can stop that right there. You had Howard from the Halifax and you had Andy Peters. That was more than enough. What more do you want? But you know, I never. I remember being at nightclubs and the DJ would be like, "Hey, here's a new tune for you." And I said hip hop, and I'd be like, oh, "No, don't do that. Don't do that."
what the DJ would
When
actually
that
do the bars.
first song come out, I remember all my friends were like, "Oh my gosh, listen to this tune." I'm like, "It's just a bloke talking. They're just talking."
Today, what day is it today?
It's Friday. It's Friday.
Friday the.
I don't even know what year it is, man. COVID has destroyed my calendar. I've got a calendar with just blank stuff on it. Now I'm starting to write things on there like remember to wash. That's where I'm at.
So
Lockdown.
it's Friday sometime in September. Very recently, there was a bit of like
It's October. It's October.
October, rah. See, it's the 9th of October today, and very recently there has been a bit of like there's a music called Grime, and there has been a bit of a battle beef, right? A beef, bruv, like between two artists, one named Stormzy, one named Chip. Chip used to be called Chipmunk, right? Now, I don't really want to go into it like on a level of anything but standing on the outside looking in. I get annoyed with this whole diss thing, because in my opinion, like they're kind of going on about who was the best rapper, best in Britain and that. But it's surely got to be the Proclaimers, isn't it?
Mate, don't start on the
It's
Proclaimers.
got to be the Proclaimers. Nah, listen.
Can you hear the ground creaking under you?
Listen, right? When he does 500 miles, right? He's spitting lyrics. And the thing is, at them times, British people weren't necessarily so... I don't know, man. British and Scottish people would be quite open about not necessarily liking each other at them times when that track came out. And he managed to get enough British people singing in a Scottish accent, singing his song in a Scottish accent. Do you know what I mean? The song's gone around the world.
Didn't Shrek make that song, or wasn't it? There's some film. I'm a massive Proclaimers fan, man. So
I'll be honest, mate. I'm not even joking. I honestly think like they're
no,
the biggest rappers that Britain's ever had. I'm not even
but
joking.
let me ask you something though. They're identical twins, right?
Yeah.
So they ain't got to walk 500 miles. They got to walk 250 each. She ain't gonna know. She ain't gonna know. I just walked 500 miles. Who's that in the background?
Well, it depends where they start, though, innit?
It's 500 miles away, I'm guessing.
Yeah, but like if they both just did 250, then it done. Anyway, I'm not getting it with the math, but yeah.
It's maths and it's numbers, mate. Now we're getting into mathematical debate. Now this is a different podcast.
On a real, yeah, I couldn't help but think sometimes there's so much. At the moment, it feels like there's a lot of division in it, and then obviously I know two people are having beef, and it's people will say a good way to like settle beef through lyrics and stuff. But yeah, man, I just wish people would collaborate and make good.
Well,
music.
it's just to create. It's nonsense. It's all contrived. Like Oasis and Blur back in the day.
Yeah.
It's all contrived to manipulate us into thinking this is real. It ain't real, man. Stormzy's a decent human being. Chip's a decent human being, and I just hope they don't get pulled into this rivalry nonsense.
That's exactly my point. Yeah, that's exactly my point. I hope it is something like that. They've both chatted and it's something like a publicity thing or whatever. But for me, if I think about a time when I think music was really coming out very vibrantly, lots of different tunes. You could even have 5 different artists on the same track, and none of them would argue about who was the best. Motown, bruv. Yeah, Motown. It was about, and Motown comes from obviously earlier shows. I said the Motor City, right? Detroit is where all the cars like Ford and stuff, General Motors and all them thing there, had like big facilities, and a lot of people worked there. And afterwards, there weren't really anywhere for them to go, so they'd hang out on the street, chilling with each other because people didn't let black people in nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So they'd just chill on the corner, singing and making tunes and stuff.
Watch the Temptations movie. I think it's on Netflix. Temptations, phenomenal band. Phenomenal.
Right. Back then, I don't know. I'm just thinking like, imagine like Sam Cooke turning up outside Marvin Gaye's yard offering beef, and then Marvin Gaye's dad going out and just shooting up the whole ends. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's just because it's divide and rule, right? It's divide and rule. It's you must have seen the little meme that's going around with they got red ants and black ants, put them together, they work together, shake the jar, they fight. Who's shaking our jar, man? People are trying to split and divide us. That's all it is. Yeah. And music should bring people together.
This is it, and that's almost. I don't want to get all political, but it's almost like it's brutally Johnest, isn't it, man? It's almost like that's what they're trying to do with the like not giving people money, isn't it? Like all of the creative arts. Talking of which, you spoke to me earlier about some governmental questionnaire for seeing what you can do as a different job.
Yeah, what job you can do.
Right.
So what happens now is because all of us that work in entertainment and training and the arts, Dishi Rishi is telling us we're not viable and we need to retrain. So on the government website, there's a little questionnaire you fill in, and at the end of it, it looks at your skills and your answers, and it tells you what job you could go into.
Right. So you asked me if I could do the test before we come here and we'd talk about it. And so when you asked me, I was like, cool. But I'll just say now, I'm working at the moment. I'm grateful to be working. Yeah. But I was still scared taking that test, bro.
Take it.
I took it, but as I'm filling in the answers, like, I'm working, yeah. I was thinking to myself, but what if it tells me that I should be doing something else? And what if this? And it did, like, the mind game, it messed with me, yeah. And I'm working. So
and it did. What did it tell you to be?
So hold on, let me pull it up. Pull up.
I think you know. I think you're just buying time.
No. I've got to find the thing.
Lap dancer.
Look, right. Leave your fantasy to yourself, innit? Your missus watches this show.
Pressure drop, pressure.
See?
I get some work.
The thing that gives me joke about that is it's my answer machine message. So when you call me and I don't answer, it goes, I cannot take your call, but please do leave a message and I'll ring you back. Is it you? Oh, yeah. And I always get wicked answer machine messages, people singing at me, at me. So it tells me the 10 categories, hospitality and food, retail and sales, sports and leisure, teaching and education, manufacturing, and down in 7th, science and research, managerial, computing, technology and digital, social care and government science services. But what made me think about that is, on that list, there's not going to be anything of the creative arts, is there? Not one thing in the criteria.
No, that's because we're not viable. So what you do is you press the first one, go on the first one it offered you.
Yeah.
And you've got 3 more questions.
You're joking.
No. And we're going to find out what Jonathan's true occupation should be. Put down your guesses below, why don't you? Put them down. See what he comes up with, mate.
Okay.
And then you're going to go,
Okay, it's telling me. Oh my days!
How far did you?
I've got chef. Yeah.
You're a chef.
Or cake decorator.
A cake decorator.
I've not got any. I'm laughing. I'm not laughing at cake decorators, but like,
No.
I'm just.
What
What I do isn't.
If there are any cake decorators out there, I'm laughing at you. What kind of job is that for a person? Yeah, there's a lot more to it than just go like that.
Mate, thing is, I like making cakes. I'm good at baking. But
Go look at you now. See, it's found your true vocation.
nah, mate, but I don't like decorating them.
So what? Yeah, like I'll do the cake, but you got to do your own
Someone else can
decorations.
decorate it. Yeah, I'll make sure it tastes, Chris. And then
Chef. But I know in your head you're going, I went to university, like I'm a teacher. I went to the top university in Bradford,
hold on. I've got 3 choices.
Oh, now, come on.
The first one's chef. The
Yeah.
second one's cake decorator, and the third one is head chef.
Head chef. That's a chef who gives head. Nasty, man. That is too much information right there. It's a chew. Mate, there's something wrong with you. What is going on?
We don't know no lies. Resonating, vibes in